Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Nice to see you.
Can you talk about the challenges and the joy of creating this amazing show?
Well, it the- it is to be honest with you, it is a pleasure. We've now been doing it for about five years, and we've done 4 seasons. And all of us on the show have got to know each other. Most of the people who make the show have stayed. The cast changes, but the rest of us that make the show, we've all stayed, and it's become like a real family, and that's lovely. And the challenges are, well, it gets tougher and tougher to make it better and better all the time. But we're determined to do that. We want to make each season better than the last.
And doing this project, what surprised you about the royal family?
Um, well, there's always something, whenever I start a new season, I do all the research, and I've got a fantastic team of researchers, and we go through all the material, and there's always something like, really? In this particular season, the thing that most surprised me was the episode about Princess Margaret discovering these sisters that were mentally ill, that had been her cousins. And I had no idea about that story whatsoever, and that really shocked me. And so there you are. I keep thinking I'm not going to learn anything new, but you always do.
Mentioning that, Princess Margaret, I also was surprised about when she went to the Philippines and discovered about the shoe collection of Imelda Marcos.
Yes.
So how did you find out about that too?
Well, I found out about that that was something that our researchers found out, because I said, I remember that was in episode 3, and I wanted Princess Margaret to be telling a story which Princess Diana interrupts. And so we looked, what had Princess Margaret been doing at that time? It's a very specific time. It would have been in the month before they get married. So it would have been in 1981. And it turns out that Princess Margaret had just returned from a tour of the Philippines. So once we knew that, we then checked what she'd done on the tour of the Philippines. One of the things she'd done was show the shoe collection, the seashell collection of Imelda Marcos. And so we found the anecdote, we found what happened, we found the day that it happened, and then that's what I wrote for Princess Margaret to be telling the rest of the royal family when Diana walks in.
Yeah, it was fun, and she was there really in 1980s or something.
Yeah, the early 80s.
Yeah. So also talk about Olivia Colman channeling the common Queen Elizabeth.
Well, I mean, you'd have to ask Olivia that, but I mean, Olivia's way of working is really, extraordinary. She's a very instinctive actor. She has perfect photographic memory. You show her something, she learns it instantly. And I think more than anybody I've ever worked with, she is such a brilliant, intuitive actor. So with very little preparation, she understands the emotional complexities of a scene really, really well.
And working with Gillian Anderson and being Margaret Thatcher, how were the challenges on and off the camera?
The challenges on the camera were more for Gillian. You'd have to ask her, because her specific process of how to do the part. I know that obviously hair and makeup and the voice and the walk and the physicality of Thatcher, that was all a lot of work for her. And off camera, I thought it would be really difficult. It ended up being easy, because we made some simple rules and we just stuck to them, which was that she would never give me notes on my writing, and I would never give her notes on her performance. And when she came home as Gillian. She never came home as Margaret Thatcher, thank God. And so Thatcher was left at the studio every day.
And if you had to make a change in the show, what would it be?
Well, we lost a week's filming because of the COVID pandemic, and I think it was 8 or 9 days filming days, and I would love to have those days back. That's one change I would love to make, because there were some scenes that we didn't film which I would have loved to have filmed. I hope you can't notice the holes, but because I know where they are, I could see what I wanted still to do.
No, I don't. It was perfect to me. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Peter. Thank you.
All
Nice to
all
see
right,
you.
thanks.
Thank you very much.